What's up everybody, Skratch coming up with another Raid Shadow Legends video. Now, this is gonna be a quick update video, guys. We haven't even finished with the Yoshi fusion just yet, but we've been announced that we're gonna have a new fusion starting on the 13th of April. It's kind of gonna be the OG type of fusion, the old system, the one that you gotta use epics, etc. So we're not sure exactly what champions they're gonna be used for it, how many new champions they're gonna come in the game together with the actual fusion. But all I can tell you guys, the champion for the fusion is a super badass champion, can be a game-changing champion for a lot of people, early game, mid game, end game. So get ready, start saving your resources. Once you grab your Yoshi, ignore anything else on the board, all the tournaments, everything else. Start saving up resources for the next fusion because you do want to make it. So let's jump over and have a look at what we've been told so far. What's up, fellas? On Tuesday, April the 13th, we're planning to launch a fusion of a new champion. Underpriest Brogni is a Dwarf legendary support champion, magic affinity, and they're saying like this. Now, sometimes I feel like they just don't know where the champion is gonna be good. This is an excellent support champion that will be useful for raiding dungeons and Doom Tower. The render of this champion along with the doc with his skills is attached below. So the champion is just down here. He looks badass as well. We're gonna check his skills in a second. So this is the champion right here. Let me just open it up so you can see it on the screen here. He looks badass, right? He's a dwarf champion. We don't have many legendary dwarf champions in that faction. I think he has a lot of potential, honestly. Not only for Doom Tower and dungeons, but especially for arena as well. He can be a good counter for a champion that everybody seems to say she's overpowered. She kind of is a very strong champion, but we do need to have some champions like that in the game. But I think as long as you manage to get your team in order, he's gonna be the counter to Madame Series, guys. So finally, I repeat, Madame Series might have the right counter to clap her booty cheeks. So let's have a quick look here at the skills. We have the A1 on the champion, guys. Deep Crystal Scorch. Attacks one enemy. Has a 45% chance of placing a HP burn debuff for 2 turns. So of course, this can be used in a faction wars as well. So don't get me wrong, the champion is going to be very strong for faction wars as well. But how they said it, just Doom Tower and dungeons. I feel like a lot of times when they're trying to tell us where the champions that they're gonna come, they will be good. They're kind of missing the main essence of the champion. Then we have the A2, Caven's Grasp. Attacks all enemies. Has a 75% chance of removing one random buff from all enemies. Then it has a 75% chance of removing one random debuff from all enemies. Increases the value of shield buffs on all allies by 30% of the damage inflicted. Now, I'm not 100% sure how this is gonna work. Increases the value of shield buff on all allies by 30% of the damage inflicted. So I guess if you might have a small shield, it deals a lot of damage with that skill maybe, and he's gonna increase the shield by 30% of the damage he dealt. Now they changed the way shields work. The shields, they're not gonna replace by smaller shields. So honestly, I'm not 100% sure how that thing is just gonna play out yet, because I think it's the first champion I see to have this sort of description in the skill. Now, I would assume fully booking this champion will bring that 75% chance to 100%, and probably is gonna be on a 3-turn cooldown. Yeah, so there we go. Cooldown 3 turns, you decrease it. Then we have the A3, guys. Now, this is the cherry on top of the cake. That's why I'm saying he's game-changing. And not just game-changing, but it's definitely gonna benefit a lot of people, no matter where you are in the game. Like this skill right here, progression, end game, whatever you want, you're gonna have a use of that skill. Now, I do hope that this champion does not require like 5 million books. Let's just say 10 books, I'll be happy with it. More easier for people to actually book him. So we have places a block, debuffs, buff, and a 50% increased attack on all allies for 2 turns. So that means we are getting immunity for 2 turns and attack up for 2 turns. So when you're going in the Doom Tower against all those Stormings, against all those debuffers, this champion right here can help your team out. Then also places a shield buff on all allies for 2 turns equal to 30% of this champion's max HP. The shield buff cannot be removed. Goodbye A3 on Madame Series, or A2 or A3 on Ray, or A something on anyone that removes buffs, because you won't be able to remove my shield anymore. Now, it is kind of like a knife with 2 sharp edges, this skill right here. If you're not going first, so he needs to use the skill, right? If you're, because it's not a passive. I wish somebody would have a passive like that, because that would be amazing. But if you're not going first, this skill is not gonna help you, right? Because you're gonna get debuffed before. So he needs to actually use the skill. But as long as you are able to fit a nice team, and what this is more towards endgame arena, right? When I'm telling you about this shield situation. In a PvE content, you don't really find a lot of enemies to actually strip your boss and literally obliterate you, like to be like, oh my god, I lost my shield, I'm gonna die right now. You know what I mean? Even if that's gonna happen, you're gonna have a revival, you have time to play it around. But in PvP, if you manage to sort your team around to actually make this champion to have a chance to get a turn, give him a decent amount of HP, because he does need to have a decent amount of HP for that shield to actually be something that matters, right? Because if you have a small shield, it doesn't matter if Madame Series is not gonna remove it, I'm still gonna wreck it. But I feel like it's definitely a very good skill, super powerful. Then we have the A4, which is the passive, guys. Again, it goes in hand with the A3, super nice. Whenever an ally under a shield buff is attacked, reflects 25% of the damage inflicted on the shield back to the attacker. Also, heals that ally by 25% of the damage inflicted on the shield. So you're gonna attack me, I have the shield on, I'm gonna reflect you back 25% of the damage you did on my shield, so not on my entire HP. So let's just say my shield is 80k, you hit me for a 80k, I'm gonna reflect 25% damage back to you, and I'm gonna get healed for that 25% as well, if you manage to knock down my HP as well. So that's a pretty badass passive as well. Definitely very powerful for PvE. Now, reflect damage for PvP is not as great, but because you might have it on everybody. And the main idea is that this is the passive, right? The champion does not need to place the shield from his A3 for this passive to come in play. As long as you're going with a team with a shield set, you understand, and Madame Series is gonna get resisted, or the enemy team is not gonna use a Madame Series against you to remove that shield, and somebody's gonna attack that shield. That, for example, you take a Krisk, you take a Jack, you take a Mountain King, you take a champion that has high HP, a miscreated monster on shield set. In arena or in PvE, the champion does not need to use the A3. So if you're going second, for example, you don't get to get a turn, the enemy team is gonna attack, and this is gonna happen, right? So the passive is gonna come in play, and the enemy is gonna get that reflect damage, 25%. It can be super huge on a nuker, for example, if it goes from the entire team. Like, if you have a super thick high HP Duchess or Reviver with a thick shield on them, that can cause some serious problem to the nuker. It can actually kill the nuker, as long as it's enough damage in there to be taken. But that's the champion, guys. I honestly think is a game-changing champion for a lot of accounts. I'm not overthinking it. I know that the champion will have potential. So usually when I'm saying it, it will have potential. Wait to play Yoshi till he come in play. You might be super early on. You don't find that 200 IQ move with Yoshi, but you'll be finding it in time. So stay tuned for that as well. And this champion is gonna be a game-changing champion. Very unique with this block debuffs and increase attack. Very strong as well. And then the whole thing with the shield seems pretty interesting. I think it's gonna be game-changing as long as you manage to play the team, the champion, right. But do let me know your thoughts on the comments down below, guys. You think we're gonna get like 4 new epics and 20 more rares to go with it, 16 more rares to complete the fusion, or we're gonna get like 1 epic and we're gonna have to do the same like the previous one, or a couple of rares and spin them all around, maybe use some old champions? Now, I'm not sure if this is the Easter fusion, because I think Easter is a bit before, but we're gonna find out, guys. Do let me know in the comments down below, what do you think? Are you excited to get a new fusion? Appreciate you all guys watching. If you did enjoy the video, don't forget to thumbs up, subscribe for more content, turn on notifications to see when we upload next, and I'll see you all soon on another video. Till then, peace out.